Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Papa back here with you again to talk about Welcome to Plathville, Season 4, Episode 10.
Hello, y'all.
Hope y'all are doing very well this beautiful day. And we are happy to see you and hear from you. And, we really appreciate you guys listening and all the likes. And if you feel like subscribing to us, because it's free. That would mean a lot to us. We really, really appreciate you guys. And don't forget, we are now on Reddit. We have a subreddit, I guess it's called, Big Mama's House Podcast.
I know nothing about Reddit, so.
But we're on all platforms. We are on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, which is Twitter.
Yeah.
Reddit. We have a TikTok, but we haven't really done anything with it yet because I haven't figured out how.
We're not on Apple yet.
No.
We might graduate to there someday.
Maybe. We'll see. But in the meantime, we're happy to have you with us and we're thankful that you're here. So we started out this episode with Micah in Venice. He's seeing his friend Michael, and he was also homeschooled and he wanted to be a pastor. But he switched paths and is now an artist. He is having an art show and he needs a bartender. And guess who has bartended once before? Micah! So he's going to be his free bartender. And I think it's going to be fun for him. And then we are off with Barry and Isaac. They are moving and assembling a bed in the apartment above the dance studio for Kim. And at this point, they think it's going to be a vacation rental. And Kim doesn't want to go to therapy to try with Barry. She said, I've tried. And she needs to talk to him because she wants a DIVORCE.
Do you think that she might have had fish on the line before all this happened?
No, I really don't.
You don't think she had a boyfriend before this? I mean, during this, I should say?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
At this point, I mean, with the filming and everything, there's be no way to hide a boyfriend or anything at this point. But
well, especially if they got to sign something,
right? And because she wants to talk to Barry, she sends Isaac off to get breakfast. And then Kim said that she tried to give him time, but it's time. And it's been several months. Several months ago, she talked to him about how harsh he was at times, and he took his frustrations out on her, and she never knew what mood he'd be in, and that affected her, and how she felt about herself and about everything. And Barry just kind of smirks at her, that whatever face.
Yeah, that.
So like he knows it's true.
Yeah.
He doesn't deny anything.
Yeah.
And he even says guilty as charged. And Kim said after that talk, he seemed only did enough to get her to stay, but not really valuing me and loving me for who I am. That's not a marriage I want to save. That's a marriage I want out of. And Barry goes, I know. I'm like, if you know, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, why are you whispering on camera?
Well, not only that, but if you know these are all issues, why haven't you done anything about it?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, guys. Sorry, y'all. Little man had a wheeze. We had to take care of him. Okay, and then Barry said, she said I don't value her as a person. I think that's a lie she's believing. What a weird way to put it. He's just a weird dude.
First of all, who would lie to him? Who would lie to her for her to believe it?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's a very weird way to put it. And he says, on the flip side, which he says often, that reality is a reality to her.
That's an old man thing to say.
Her default kicks in, or my default kicks in, and I don't say anything. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Like Ethan.
Yeah.
And part of that is a defense mechanism. It might be all the hurt that I've experienced. I'm not open. Here's my thought. That's a very narcissistic way to think. Also, if you are aware that you have a default mode or a defense mechanism, There's no excuse for continuing to do it.
Yeah, just
You know it's there. Okay, stop.
try to change it somehow.
Especially if you know that that's the reason your wife is leaving you because she doesn't feel she can be emotionally connected
I
to you.
actually think he didn't believe that at first
That she was leaving.
until she actually
Oh,
was
I
leaving.
agree. I 100% agree.
He was calling her bluff,
Yep. And, well, no,
and
she called his bluff.
well, you know what I mean. Yeah,
And she was like, fine, I'm out.
peace. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically
Peace
peace
out.
out. Yeah.
And Barry says, I still love her. But to Kim, he says, I didn't think the consequences would be like this. There's nothing right now I can do that would change your course.
No, just give her space.
I'm coming to terms with that. And
He's right. At this point in time, there's nothing he can do.
yep, he's unfucked it up.
What he's doing right now, okay, giving the space and everything. Okay, space, whatever. We say that all the time on the show, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe she'll come back to him. Maybe she'll see him change.
But again, I've been like that with my first husband,
Yeah.
that short-term change and then a gradual slide right back into the same behavior until I get fed up and we fight and argue and I'm done with this shit. And he's like, no, no, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna change.
I think the best he can hope for is become good friends.
Yes, exactly. And then the producer asked, is there any hope for reconciliation? Barry said, there's always an outside chance of a miracle, but right now nobody's sitting around waiting for the miracle. He says, because the relationship is DOA.
He's always got to be the witty one.
And I'm like, you think you sound really smart, but again, he's putting blame, that subtle blame. He's like, there's always an outside chance for a miracle, but right now nobody's sitting around waiting for the miracle.
So
basically, he's saying she's not waiting for the miracle, she's just moving on and saying screw
not
it.
just that. I mean, he doesn't think he's done anything wrong.
Well, right. He's like, oh, there's gonna be a miracle that she'll change her mind and decide to put up with my shit some more.
Instead of saying, look, yes, I did wrong.
I love her. I'm so sad.
I screwed
Give
up.
us a tear, Barry. Show
Yeah.
us that you have emotions.
Yeah.
And then we're back with freaking Ethan and Mariah at the beach, and they're being buddies. There's no drama or
I
conflict.
actually do like that scene.
I do too. And Ethan said he misses the country, his cars, and everything.
How can you be on a beach and miss the country?
But he likes it there too. And Mariah says she misses it too.
I don't know how. I mean, you miss probably your childhood.
Here's the thing. Our dream is to move to Hawaii.
Yes.
Okay. I would still need to go into the mountains every once in a while and I'd be around vegetation and more like
we could move into the mountains,
the forest feel, because that's what we're used to.
Well, because you saw the houses that were up in the mountains.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We would need to do that instead of that, because everyone's from like, the beach is beautiful. It's amazing. No, I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. Yes, you go in the country,
stay
the beach.
with me.
I am staying with you.
Along.
I'm staying with you.
But yeah, I would need some sort of forestry in my life at some point.
Okay.
I would miss it.
Mallow.
What?
That's what Mallow said. Not enough nature.
Well, I mean, on the beach, no. But you know, if you
it's an island, there's nature everywhere.
But okay, anyway. And then Mariah said she wants to go home for Joshua's birthday to visit his grave with all the siblings and the family.
Yeah.
And then Ethan brings up that Mariah got behind on bills while she was in mourning for Max and their relationship. She was crushed, depressed, and there was a few months where I paid all of Mariah's bills.
Well, if he can pay for cars, he can help his sister out.
Yeah, I mean, she was obviously going through a terrible, terrible time. I mean, she lost weight she couldn't afford to lose. She became like paper white. You know, she just looks very, very frail, and you can tell she was not in a healthy place. So it's like, why, again, he's turning into Olivia. He's nitpicking someone who's already down.
Yep.
Exactly. And Ethan said, but then she started hanging out and making friends and paid off all her bills in 2 weeks.
Yay.
So obviously, it's not like she's just mooching. She was just going through a really, really hard time. And it's good that he was there for her and, was, willing to help her out during her time of, mourning, basically.
Yeah, so time of need.
But then to snark about it, I mean...
That is a very Olivia thing to do.
Right. It's, ugh. But then Ethan puts on his flippers and his goggles and the snorkel. And he's just a funny dude whenever he's just being him.
Yeah.
And he said he likes his gear, and it's not easy to run in flippers. But man, you can see the athleticism in him when he does run across the beach in flippers because you have to get your legs and feet up really high and keep them there so you don't trip and fall on your face.
You can see the athlete in him when he's running across the yard, jumping a tree, or
True.
jumping over a fence.
Very true.
You don't need flippers.
And then we're back with Micah in LA and he's bartending and his friends are there, Hayden and Capiche, and then Antia arrives. If you guys don't remember, Antia was the lady, I think she was from Spain or
Yeah, wasn't she a friend of a friend?
Yeah, she's a friend of Hayden's girlfriend.
Okay.
Because his girlfriend's from Spain or somewhere over there too.
They talk pretty good English though.
Yeah, they have really cool accents. I like their accents.
Yeah.
But anyway, Antia is, in my opinion, not the right girl for him, but she is the right girl for him right now.
Yeah, it's the right now girl, basically, yeah.
And so he's getting everybody drunk because he's not a good bartender, and he is just getting everybody trashed. And then Antia gets drunk, and she's acting thirsty.
He's the best kind of bartender.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially because I'm pretty sure it was a free bar.
You get more of what you pay for. Exactly.
I think it was an open bar, but he was not charging his
yeah.
friends, even if it wasn't. But she was acting thirsty for more than just booze, y'all. And then Capiche keeps interrupting, and she says he cock-blocked her. And then poor Capiche says that he's bad at social cues. Because again, that's not his culture.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he was just looking for a trash can. And like he didn't understand that like they were in the middle of a thirst trap situation.
And he ruined it.
Yeah.
He's a ruiner.
But we know that Micah likes Antia a bit too. I think he likes any girl that is ballsy enough to say she likes him.
Yeah.
Or to like make the first
or like think of him as like a toy. You know what I mean? Like he's good looking, and tell him he's good looking.
Right. And then we're back in Florida, and Olivia had a pole installed in her bedroom for her and Mariah to practice their pole dancing. And they are all getting packed to go home for Joshua's birthday.
That photography business must be booming.
Right? And then Olivia smacks Ethan's butt really hard. And Ethan said, "Stop slapping my butt." And the girls laugh. And I'm like, if you're smacking someone in a way that makes them uncomfortable, even if it's your spouse, and they ask you to stop repeatedly, you should respect their feelings and stop.
I don't think Ethan likes PDA.
I don't think he likes getting slapped on his ass, and she smacked him hard.
Well, maybe in private, but I don't think he liked it in front of those girls.
In front of his sister.
In front of us, yes, exactly. Like Mariah, and was there another friend there?
No, it was just Mariah.
Oh, just Mariah. Yeah, so he didn't feel comfortable getting spanked by his wife in front of his sibling.
That could be because you're very anti-PDA.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Mariah said that, I'm just saying.
No, I know.
You're saying.
Yeah.
Mariah said she's planning 2 separate visits to the grave, one with all the siblings and then one with the parents. And then whoever, wanted to go to that one.
Yeah.
And Ethan plays with his remote control plane outside while the girls pack and talk. And Olivia reached out to Barry to let him know she's coming with them and wants to get together. Again, I think with her right now, she wants to take control.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, Ethan's talking to Barry. I'm going to be stuck.
No, I'm going to talk to Barry.
Right, but I want it to be on my terms. So
yep.
I'm going to message him and like do it first.
It's always control with Olivia.
And then she told Barry last week that since they're separated now, she wants a fresh start. Because,
So there's always Kim.
Right, Barry's the innocent poor victim. And in the 8 years she's known them, Barry has beliefs she doesn't agree with and might have said things that were hurtful sometimes, but she truly doesn't think he ever meant to be unkind or hurt her or anything like that. He was always welcoming from day one. Even the things he said to me were kind of dictated by Kim. How does she know that?
Yeah.
Like that's an assumption.
That's most likely Ethan telling her that.
Maybe.
In
And
private or something.
she said it feels so much different, easier. And I'm thinking it's easier to tell lies.
Yeah.
Because Kim isn't there to defend herself or to tell any other side of the story. And so they're all just going to make up a story that makes them all look innocent and good. And she's just the evil.
And she's not there, so.
Right, so she can't defend herself.
Exactly. She's never there when they're doing this.
right? Yeah, no, she gets left out. And then Mariah said she feels weird about Olivia inviting Barry to the farm for the kids' gathering, which was Mariah's event. She organized everything.
That's nice.
And she said, we're just going to end up doing things on her terms now.
Meaning Olivia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she invited Barry to the farm when Mariah had set it all up just so the kids could all be there together. There weren't supposed to be any parents. It was just supposed to be the kids. And then Olivia went and inserted herself and invited Barry. And so now it's going to complicate
Well,
things.
see, here's the thing.
But she's also realizing that Olivia's a controlling person.
Yes. Yeah.
That was the whole point. Like she quoted, that's a quote. We're just going to end up doing things on her terms now. And I think that there's trouble in paradise.
Oh, yeah. That's the start.
It's starting to
That's the
brew.
start.
And also, everyone will be there but Kim. And how fucking right is that? That's some bullshit right
But
there.
we all know.
And I'm just saying, we'll get there.
No, it is a bunch of crap. Yes.
And Mariah tells Olivia that parents still believe the same things, but there's a much higher level of acceptance now. And Olivia said she's trying to figure out what level she's comfortable with regarding going to Caro and how much is in her life. I mean,
She hates Caro, babe.
yes. And I'm just like,
I just don't know what to say about Olivia anymore.
yeah, I mean, I just feel like we repeat the same things about her
Yeah.
over and over. So yeah, I'm just gonna report it and try not to be so negative about her, even though it's hard. So then Ethan, Mariah, and Olivia drive to Caro and they call Micah to see if Kim is home. They're gonna stop by and pick up the kids. But Olivia hasn't seen them since moving to Tampa. And that's her fault.
Yes.
They could have been seeing the kids this entire time.
He goes up there to fix his cars.
Yes, and
She
it's
go with
like,
him.
yeah, it's so dumb. They could have had a relationship with the kids the entire time. All they had to do was fake a relationship with the parents if they really couldn't stand them.
Yeah.
It's not complicated,
People do it all the time.
right? Exes do it all the time.
Yeah.
And she said she wouldn't have gone if Kim were home. And Olivia said, quote, Kim dictated what our relations with both of them look like. So Barry is the innocent, beaten down puppet who just is an innocent little boob in all this. Yeah. And Kim is the
evil
mastermind trying to control everybody. But despicable. Again, she's describing herself.
Yeah.
When she says dictates what relations look like with both of them. She's dictating, well, if you don't let me see the kids, we're not talking to you. You're not going to get to see your son.
Yeah, and to me that's Ethan's fault.
Yes, but it's like they do the same thing.
Yeah,
and they're so hypocritical.
Yeah, and then hypocrites in this show.
Mariah leans on the doorbell, and the door opens, and it's Isaac, and he says, "Dad is pissed." And this is important because Kim's the mean one, right?
Yeah.
And Barry inside yells, "You're being annoying!" And Isaac said, "That was not good." And Ethan immediately goes, "That was not me. It was Mariah, Dad." And Barry's like, "Why is she being like that?" And Mariah's just giggling and apologizing because she's just happy to see her siblings and everything.
Yeah, I don't know why Barry's overreacting.
But again, the reaction there and how the boys were like, oh my God, Dad's upset. Something is
There weren't
funky.
cameras in there.
So there's something funky in Plathville.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, in this scene, this season, this episode, there were no cameras or anything back there. They're all outside.
Yeah.
So of course he could have let his guard down. And then he, realized, oh, well, it's Ethan and Mariah and the cameras. Hey, happy.
Right. Well, and then Barry tells Ethan that they're getting a divorce and made him question a lot of things, like he and Olivia getting divorced too.
Yeah.
And that it might actually be a possibility because I guess he never considered it one before because it's just not what you do. And then Barry tells Ethan and Isaac that he's getting to the other side of grief and anger, but this isn't what he wanted. Campaign.
Eventually he's got to stop.
And then Barry tells Ethan that he could find out more if he asked Kim. She's got her side of the story, and he needs to meet with her alone and talk. But Barry is enough for one trip.
which was nice for Barry
Yeah.
to say, "Look, you've heard my side."
But yeah, I
Instead
think
of
he's only saying that for the cameras.
saying, well, regardless, he's saying it.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, "Don't go, your mom's gonna lie." Everything's gonna, he's like, "Go listen to your mom's side of the story."
I think a lot of that's for the camera, but that's just my opinion. And then Kim's at her apartment above the studio, and everyone is meeting at the farm. Um, but Ethan and Olivia don't want her there, so she wasn't invited because they dictate
Yep,
everyone's relationships, not Kim.
Olivia.
And Kim said she really doesn't understand how she hurt Olivia.
And Kim should be there more than Olivia. Shouldn't be allowed to be there because Olivia wasn't even there when that happened, was she?
No.
And unfortunately, Kim would really. I mean, heck. I mean, this is bad.
As the mother, she has all
not
of the
just that.
rights to everything, I think, with the memorial and everything.
Not just that, but from what happened.
Yeah.
Happened.
Yes.
Kim needs to be there more than anybody.
Yes. And she knows that Ethan didn't like being homeschooled, but she feels like the punishment doesn't fit the crime. It's uncalled for to alienate her from the rest of the family. And she also feels it's important for Ethan and Barry to reconnect, and she's willing to stay out of the picture to allow it to happen.
It's not like she locked them into a room and said, "Do your schoolwork, and you can come out until your schoolwork's done."
She probably should have. Maybe they
Well, yeah,
would have better education.
It's not like she did that.
Right.
She had tortured them into doing the schoolwork.
No, and that's the point. They didn't do it, and now they're not as smart as they could be, but that's on them.
Like Mariah. Yeah.
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 But I think it's really important that all this stuff, she's like, she wants everyone else to have a relationship, and she is willing to sit it out and not push and be there so that everybody can reconnect. Tell me she's the controlling, manipulative one.
I agree with you. She's not.
I'm just pointing it out to everybody.
I just don't.
How is she?
I don't understand the people that are saying this, what they're seeing that we're not seeing.
Yeah. I would love for someone to explain it.
If you're one of those people that commented against Kim and say Kim's controlling, please comment on our comments. Let us know.
What the heck, I don't get it.
Let us know what we're missing.
We go into detailed description of these things, and like if you can give me just as detailed reasons of why you believe that Kim is the bad guy, I will totally buy in. I will be happy to change my opinion, but right now I just don't see it. But then we are with Mariah, and she's eavesdropping on Barry's conversation with Ethan and Isaac about the divorce, and she asks him how she can help him. And Barry said he said just be cute and visit occasionally. That is so fucking demeaning. He's sitting down having a serious discussion with his sons
An
about
adult
it.
conversation, yeah.
But with Mariah, just be cute. Just, sexist.
Well, I think he knows. See, I like Mariah. All right, she's one of my favorites, but she's not, as far as common sense.
Yeah,
she doesn't have much of it.
Yeah,
and because she's young, and she really is young.
She's only like 19.
I mean, not just physically, but mentally. I believe she's young too. All right, so I mean, maybe he thinks, well, she's not gonna get the reason of the divorce.
Isaac's younger than her by several years,
Isaac
and he was still in the
mature room. In my opinion,
Isaac. Point.
No, I see your point. I'm just saying that's what Barry's thinking. He is a sexist, yes.
That's that.
And the way the kids grow up and the way he treated Kim proves that he's sexist.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Why'd you pause?
Because I was trying to figure out where I was.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, and he said Ethan told Barry and the family that he knows he has to speak to Kim at some point, but not today. They're all going to the farm.
Oh yeah, that would be the worst day. Yes.
Yeah. And then the producer to Olivia said, "How do you feel about that?" And Olivia said she has feelings about it, but it's not her decision, and it's not her place to say anything. And
right?
Right, and I'm just like,
to shut up.
like, what's up with that? That's the first time you've ever said you don't have a place to say something, because you always insert yourself in everything. And Mariah said this was supposed to be a sibling trip, and then Olivia invited Barry, and that's now complicated because some of them feel bad about Mom being left out. And they feel bad because everyone is working on the relationship with Barry, but Mom is excluded from everything. And then all the kids go to the farm, and Barry goes later. And Olivia said, I can see why Kim and Barry would want to go to the grave sites themselves, Gee, thanks for realizing it since it's their baby, you fucking heartless bitch.
Yeah,
But
Olivia, yeah, whatever.
but it's not something she's counting on. Only it's only been a family thing once. Okay, so just because the kids have only been old enough to go to the gravesite with their parents for a couple of years, and maybe it did start to become a thing because of the cameras, you know? Maybe it did, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe once a year you do need to come together and realize, hey, we are lucky to be here. You know, we need to be more appreciative that,
Yeah.
you know, we're on this earth and we need to work shit out and figure out how to be happy because life is short.
Well, see, this goes against the grain for Olivia. All right, this here brings the family together, where she wants them
Exactly.
apart. So she's like, she wants no part of this, even though it has nothing to do with her anyway. She shouldn't be there.
Really, nothing to do with her at all.
Now, I mean,
except to support her husband.
Exactly. I was about to say that. I mean, she needs to be there to support Ethan, but other than that, that's it.
Like when your pap died, okay?
You were there with me.
He was a lovely, lovely man, but
Yep.
I had only met him a couple of times. He was your favorite grandparent that was still alive. And obviously you were devastated.
We were close, yes.
You were very devastated. And I went knowing I would be your support. It wasn't about me. So everything was about how are you feeling? How are you doing? How can I help you? Is there anything I can do to get you, you know, help you through this? And you just wanted me to be there.
But see, here's the difference, though. You're not Olivia. My parents like you. You're not trying to split my parents up. You're not trying to break the family apart. Like Olivia.
Right.
Okay.
No, that's very true.
So there's a difference there.
But I'm just like, it's not about you. And why would you? And like, because it wasn't my family member who passed. You know what I mean? You should be there to support the person whose family is killed or died. And I just don't understand how she doesn't. Anybody can defend that.
Nobody can. I mean, if you can, well then you might.
If you think Olivia had more of a right to be at that graveside than Kim at that time, you have to explain to me how you get to that reasoning, because it was Kim's child. Olivia didn't even know them when this happened. They were all very, very small, very young. And it's got nothing to do with her except to support Ethan, which she wasn't doing.
Nope.
So it's like,
you're trying to bring them apart even more.
I don't know, you guys. If you...
At least Mariah, if anything good happened here, Mariah got to see the real side of Olivia.
For a minute, yes, you did.
No, this is the start.
Yes, because what happened to Joshua affected all of them very deeply, except for, of course, the younger ones who weren't even born.
I mean, Mariah's seen it happen.
Yes, and so I mean, from Mariah up, they all had different varyings of issues with their grief and dealing with that. So, yeah, in my opinion, she was completely wrong. And in the next episode, we will cover the actual graveside visit and the aftermath of that. So we hope to see you back again for Welcome to Plathville Season 4, Episode 11. Until then, you guys, please spay and neuter your pet.
Subscribe.
Please wear your seatbelt.
Subscribe.
Please use your turn signal.
Comment.
And please, 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 you guys. I know I'm such a hypocrite for saying it because I'm so mean about Olivia. But be kind. In real life out there, like, I don't post things about her that's super negative. Like, I'm telling you my opinion because it hurts me to see good people be taken advantage of or misled or lied to or taken advantage of in some way. It just upsets me. And so that's how, because I have no other way to deal with it, it comes out in words.
Yes.
So I apologize if I offend you guys or say, you know, obviously I try to be kind to people in reality. And even on the internet, I don't say nasty, ugly things.
That's why I didn't comment on those people.
Yeah, because this is not cool to be like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, until then, be kind and try to, you know, do something nice for somebody else today. All right?
And until next time,
bye.